People used to cross this border every single day. I'm here on the US-Mexico border, the most northern part of Mexico. Right over to the other side here is San Diego, and here we're in Tijuana. And so I interviewed and talked to some people who are working around here, and they told me for the past couple of months people haven't crossed, but actually people have been crossing every single day in the months prior. And they also told me that this border previously, part of it was under construction, so they didn't have this wall here running right out to the sea. And so they were saying that at that time, people would cross every single day. They would just get over to the other side, and then they'd be picked up by Customs and Border, be able to claim asylum, stay in the country, stay in the US, awaiting immigration cases. And actually, we can see right over here, that's where the Border Patrol are, and they are watching. And so it's possible that people might cross today, we don't know, but there's currently, looks like no one's crossed recently, according to some of the vendors around here. And so you actually see out there, that's the ocean. And so this is the end of the US border. You got this wall running here. It's actually a double wall, and it runs here all the way out into the sea. And if you don't know how to swim, you could definitely die out here. A lot of people do die out here. You can get caught in the surf and then drown. So this place I'm at is called Playas de Tijuana. Right behind me, there's like a whole beach, a big boardwalk area. There's a lot of like restaurants, vendors selling food, vendors selling trinkets and all sorts of things. It's a really fun, lively area, popular place to come to in Tijuana. And then on the other side of me here is the US border, and on the other side of that is a sort of like nature reserve. There's really nothing there, no development. You can access it as a US citizen and go there, but maybe the road and access isn't so great, but it's really just kind of a nature preserve for animals to be left alone. And so if you were to cross and say you wanted to not be caught, some people don't want to be caught, you'd have a lot of ground to cover, and you're very likely to be caught because Border Patrol is just like watching this area like a hawk. So most people crossing here do want to be caught, want to claim asylum, and then go through that process. And so this is what it looks like if you actually come right up to it. It's actually just a metal barrier here. There's a lot of different painting on it. You can see "Make Humanity Great Again." So people have painted all sorts of different signs on here. And then you can actually go through, you see it's like a double wall, and you see me, I'm in Mexico and my camera's in the United States technically. It's like a double wall here. So you see it goes down there, and that there's a little bit of beach before that little wall there. And then it runs all the way up, heading to the east, but then it abruptly ends. After you get outside of TJ, there are many places where there isn't a border wall. And so obviously someone could easily pass a place like that. So it kind of depends where you want to go to cross the border. But you know, you see a big wall here, obviously, but the whole border is not a wall. Actually, most of it isn't a wall. And a lot of it, you know, is honestly so rural and inaccessible, it doesn't even matter. But, you know, of course, there are a lot of places where it's still urban or not too far from a city where you could cross. And so, see the wall here? Oops. So you see the wall behind me. So we're coming down to the beach. And we can go all the way out there, as far as I can walk, and show you what it looks like. See, this guy's trying to jump over. Maybe he's gonna give it a shot. No, it would actually be very hard. And look, you couldn't. I mean, these kind of things would make it really hard to climb over. But you can see it's a little bit low tide, so you can actually see. This is what it looks like. Going all the way out into the sea here. And so lots of times the water will come up higher. This is like the water line here. And then you can come over here. And this is the beach. So you can imagine if this beach was open, if this wall wasn't here, people could just cross, go right into the United States, and then they could be apprehended by CBP. And you can actually see CBP way up on the hill there. And so that's the United States. You could theoretically walk right in. So if you're a good swimmer, you could definitely get around this. And that's of course like one of the main ways people might try and come in from this Tijuana area, because the border wall is pretty good. But there are also a lot of tunnels under the border. So if you wanted to come in, you could easily travel through those tunnels. Those are run by the cartels and you got to pay a lot of money. And generally someone that doesn't want to get caught would go those methods. And so I've heard it's like maybe $15,000 and you can go through one of those tunnels that are mostly used for smuggling drugs or humans between the two countries that doesn't want to get caught. And so that's of course another way. But given sort of the wall and its size behind me, it can be very difficult to cross in other places further up there. So that's why people come down to the beach here, maybe go around, or you got to go way east to where the wall kind of ends and cross there. But it can be much more dangerous because obviously there's not a lot of people out there. Here, it's a very busy area. There's the beach, so you're less likely to encounter some of those more nefarious people if you were to cross somewhere like here. So I'm actually here at the border with my wife. And you've seen her featured in my videos before. And as you know, she's a Nigerian citizen and we're waiting on her visa to come to the United States. And so she can't cross this border behind me. I can, legally, of course. We both can't illegally cross this. At least we won't have a good outcome. But, you know, what's crazy is we've got to wait 2+ years for our marriage visa to come through so that we can live together on the other side of this border. And no wonder why so many people want to cross. Because think about it, our legal system is broken. If you want to come to the United States, you have to wait years to come through all of these hurdles and hoops that you have to jump through. And I understand what people are doing. If you can cross at this beach here and go there and then live for 4 years while you're waiting for your immigration case and then just not go to that immigration case and stay even longer, why would you not choose that? That's obvious. You know, you would only, if you had a different circumstance where you needed like legal right to work, maybe different job, higher professional situation, then you might not want to do that. But for a lot of people, you know, this is how it works. You want to be reunited with your family. Legally, it might take you 10 years. But if you want to just do that now, then you're going to cross. And so, you know, I think when we talk about our immigration system, we really got to fix the legal system, because you create so many incentives for them to come illegally when you do that. So that's kind of my insight traveling here, is just, you know, I understand why people are doing it. And it's interesting to document and show you what it looks like here at this border.